of IT startups and a core keynote speaker with the SMB India, but this is my first opportunity to address such a large audience. So thank you very much. Please bear with me. I'm a little nervous, but I'm excited because I'm going to give a 7-step framework on reverse logistics and returns management. One thing just happened, the glass broke, right? That's what reverse logistics and returns is. We create something to serve a purpose, but it doesn't happen, right? And in India, 260 million people are shopping every day online or in a month online, which is their overall volume, or maybe in a quarter online. Then that means 2.6 million return transactions are happening in the same period. And assuming 100 rupees the average order value, we are talking a lot of money here. 80% of the cases, buyer is protected because they return it, so they don't suffer, the money comes back to them. In case it's a valid return. In case it is a fraudster or invalid return, 80% cases, seller is protected because they get the money. But economy still has lost that opportunity of the value which was created. So I'll talk about this, but before that, it will be very prudent for me to give a little background on a couple of organizations behind this event. One is IIT Startups. I have been a mentor at IIT Startups for the last 4 odd years, and it has been a big learning journey for me. It's a forum run by volunteers on a pro bono basis. It doesn't have any commercial engagement model with the startups which it works with. It typically runs on a volunteering mentoring basis, and startups are selected with a proper evaluation process like Y Combinator or any other accelerator, very rigorous selection process. Right now, I think this week, tomorrow, there is an evaluation of 18 startups for cohort 15 with maybe more than 100 to 200 applications. So I'll encourage all of you who would like to become a part of startup ecosystem to check it out. There's a small constraint there which you can easily manage, that they look for only those ventures which have at least one of the promoters as an IIT alumni. But you can easily engage with IIT alumni even if you don't have one, because you can have a friend of a friend or a friend whom you can bring on board as just a consultant or advisor and hence qualify for it. I'm giving you the back end rate, right? The other organization which I personally blessed, I think as a serendipity that I got involved with this, Chromosome Ventures. This is really something very genuinely creating a value in the startup ecosystem. I'm saying because there are a lot of focused initiatives happening in startup ecosystem. There are some ventures which work on acceleration, some ventures which help in incubation, some ventures and ecosystems help in scaling up. There are different kind of ecosystems. So as a startup founder, I would just encourage you not to get overwhelmed and participate in many ventures, but do check out, some of them may resonate more for you. So I'll tell you what Chromosome Venture does, and I'll read a bit about it. One other unique thing I'm doing is right now what I'm talking, I'm live on ChatGPT, so it's listening, and it is also going to help me answer your questions in a more authentic manner. I don't come with B2C background, but I have a career around 10 years in supply chain management, and I love this topic, and I'm a tinkerer and an explorer. So in that sense, if you know more about D2C logistics and reverse management, bear with me, I may not be able to teach you something new, okay? Chromosome Ventures are reimagining startup incubators and accelerator programs and creating a dynamic platform that aims to revolutionize India's startup ecosystem. It is founded by a team of seasoned investors, entrepreneurs, ecosystem builders, mentors, and CXO with a single mission: to reimagine, energize India's startup ecosystem. I won't go more about this, but I did read it because it's like introducing your parents. You don't want to miss something which is very important. Now, coming to reverse logistics and returns management. How many of you are in businesses where you have had some return management or reverse logistics to deal with? Just you can show your hand. Or if you have been sitting for some time and you want to have a stretch break, you can even stand, and if you are having a lot of returns, then you can definitely stand. Now I want to sense the temperature of the room. So if you have a lot of returns, just stand once, I'm requesting you to stand. If you have a lot of returns and reverse management, can you just stand physically? Yeah. Thanks. So in this room, there are 4 people who feel returns management and reverse logistics is an issue. Please sit down. Thank you. Thanks for indulging. Okay. Now I'll give you 3 examples as my personal experience. My wife does lot of online shopping. I do lot of grocery purchases and Blinkit user. I am like a power user. Sometimes I hate getting 3 Blinkit orders in a day because I don't like that carbon footprint which I create. Recently, and my wife is a graphologist, so she needs to buy pens based on the thumb and the finger style. Some of the pens need to be rounded. For some users, the pen have to have octagonal shape and all, and there are those kind of pens available, like pencils, have octagonal shape. There's a reason for that because that is good for certain intellectual development and neuroplasticity. I will not go there. The story is that she told me to order 3 types of pens on Blinkit. I thought I'm ordering what I had ordered last time, but one of the pens was not what actually it's supposed to be. I chose the wrong item, which was not a reorder item. So when the pens arrived, she said this is not what she needs. I said fine, I'll return it, I'll get my refund. I initiated refund. Blinkit didn't pick up the pens but gave me the refund 5 rupees more than what I spent because I took a credit in my Blinkit and not went for bank refund. Interesting, because they saw the value of picking up the pens lesser than the cost involved in bringing it. And they didn't create a carbon footprint because I can still use those pens. So think about doing such things in your own individual cases. Second thing, another day much earlier, few months ago, I ordered broccoli. Now it was not fresh, so I wanted to return it. Then they picked up and they refunded. The reason is they might have felt broccoli might be resellable, or maybe broccoli value was higher and they also wanted to understand why it has gone bad because they're supposed to have good processes for vegetables not to get spoiled. Third example, not my personal example, but I have been reading about it. A lot of fraud happens in returns for Amazon and other companies, particularly for devices like phones. So now Amazon has heavily invested in AI-based warehousing system for returns, where boxes are scanned in a sealed manner to see if the inside iPhone is a Chinese phone embedded and given to the pickup point, or is it the original iPhone? No human intervention involved. The problem why they did it is because when people were buying iPhones, they'll put a Chinese equivalent and return the box. So person who physically examines will see an iPhone going back. Secondly, they have invested in AI, just like banks do fraud detection. They have invested in AI, like Jamtara kind of scandals happen. Same way in e-commerce, there is a big network in India which thrives on frauds. So they buy, they return something else, or they don't return, somehow they manage to get money. So they have demography of such users mapped, I believe, I'm not sure, they go up to tracing the MAC IP of the request from which such transactions happen. The reason I'm sharing with you, most of us as startups may not be able to create that kind of technology infrastructure, or we may not be able to write off so much of return as Blinkit did in my one case. Any questions so far? Anything which you think I should answer, I'd like to know now, if it is bothering you. Otherwise, I'll go to the framework which I have in hand to talk about. Anything? Anyone? Are you happy the way we are going? Okay. Someone will need to do time check. I believe we have 20 minutes for including question answers, and ChatGPT stop listening in between. So I'll turn it on again. Just 1 second. Just 1 second, I won't waste time on it. If it can't listen, I'll leave it. Okay, it can't listen, some notification and permission issue. Okay. Why I was trying to do is I was trying to go back to what Srinivasan mentioned in his morning keynote, if you remember, 25 prompts a day. It's not mandatory for companies to say that, and neither it is mandatory for you to do that. But personally, I'll encourage you to do that. In our company, my role, recently we launched Claude as a professional tool for a very simple process where we get some RFIs, we need to respond with the things. So there's 7 stages in that, and a 29-page document was created with 7 prompts each for each stage in a very unique context with our company. So the reason I'm sharing with you is, please, wherever you are in your AI journey, don't judge yourself. Start using AI like a companion. The disadvantage, yesterday suddenly Claude was not available for 2 hours and I had to synthesize a very simple answer that what is our strategy for the particular offering to be presented to an analyst. My cerebral capabilities has totally washed out of it, right? Then I took that question to Copilot, which was working, and it did help me, but it didn't have the context of last few weeks of work which I was doing in Claude. These are very specific things. It is like saying that you are an Android user and suddenly someone gives you iPhone, you will not find it comfortable. So try out different platforms, go deep in one of them, make it your assistant. Very simple thing. You will hear so many good things. You are here because you are sincerely committed in enhancing your business. So, why I am sharing this is because learning will not help unless some of it will be implemented. Okay, one second, I am trying to refer my notes on that 7 framework. Yeah, I got it. Sorry, I don't want to miss certain important things because you are experts in your business, and I personally respect startup entrepreneurs a lot because you do a service to nation and you undergo a lot of lonely days facing a lot of rejection. So I hope now next few minutes I'll be able to give you some value. So first thing is returns are a massive hidden cost layer. If you're not doing that in your pricing, kindly look at your bottoms up cost. See how much returns you are experiencing or bundle some assumptions and calibrate once in a quarter. Do a simulation so that your financial part of returns management is taken care. There is an experiential part of the client and your team and yours. Recently I saw there's one solopreneur, she runs a cosmetics brand and wellness products. So she was sharing her her warehouse where a lot of products had come back from Blinkit, a carton full of product which had some other brand's product. Plus, what was very hurtful for her was the packaging was damaged, products were spilled, and it was like your garden, someone comes and suddenly ransacs it, right? So you don't like it personally. So if you're facing that as you don't feel bad personally, I'm saying. Like a surgeon, sometimes people will not be able to survive your surgery, so don't go with the guilt as a surgeon, right? You did your best. So same way, treat returns as a blessing for you to get insights and financially model that cost. Don't get personally hurt if your returns have been coming out in a very bad manner or people are scamming you. Build that cost. 20 to 30% return rates is there in fashion, and reverse logistics have cost, no revenue. But another thing is, second point is inconsistency in return experiences. The one story which I shared with you, right? Blinkit, Amazon doing all that. So think in your product, what is the return mechanics? If in case you are doing a digital product, like you are e-selling something as a book or something, and you are giving money back guarantee, then think about how you protect your copyright not to get, misused. There's sophistication where you can build in a PDF expiry already if you're selling an electronic PDF as a service for online. D2C is not just physical, right? D2C is a lot more digital services you can get. Okay, then this is important. Wastefulness of system. A return product may never find reused value, okay? Because of the nature in which the product has been created and to be supposed to be used. But create a structure in your organization to see if you can reuse, recycle, and even resell at a lower price as what they do as the factory outlets for damaged products or something like that. So create a system for dealing with waste which returns generate. Does this make sense so far? 3 things. Returns as a cost. There's an inconsistency in customer experience. Think about it and then create a system for dealing with that waste. Will some of these things help you? Are you trying some of these things?
Yeah, so one thing, supposing say if a client is not particularly happy with the product and requires something else, then instead of asking the client to send it back to me, so I have a coffee business,
right?
So it doesn't make sense
to bring back the coffee.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So one thing I tell them is that Okay, you have the packet with you.
And new one.
Use it. Yeah, I will send you another one.
Right.
With whatever you have, experiment. Worst case, coffee can make excellent compost. Your plants.
Right. What's your name?
My name is Akshay.
Akshay. What's your coffee brand?
My brand is called Kapikotte.
How do you spell it?
Kapikotte. It's
and
coffee
Praveen,
in
right?
the Tamil.
Your name Praveen?
Akshay.
Akshay. Sorry, I'm bad with name. Sorry, Akshay.
No.
This is a great thing, right? So one is let's all get his coffee today. Let's build business. That's the community. Help each other, wherever you can consume with each other. This was not in my script, but I love to try his coffee, and I love your philosophy of not getting the return and replacing it. I'll give you a real life example. I have spent around 12 years in BPO industry, and there is one of my very senior leader, colleague, mentor. He started his career as an agent, and now is heading big operations as a regional head for our company, servicing around $500 million of revenue under his belt. So he's saying when he was an agent taking a call in his early days, he was servicing Amazon, and that time Jeff Bezos also used to be quite active in operations. He used to talk to these agents in a remote town hall, those who service Amazon. And he used to highlight customer centricity, customer empathy over profit, over procedures and policies. And why I'm sharing this example is you need to empower your teams with the kind of empowerment my colleague and a mentor got. So he was on a call, it was a Christmas time, there was Xbox gifting happening. Xbox was the big craze that time. And the caller was a father who had gifted a Xbox to his son. And it has not reached at the right time, and he was very emotionally upset. If you have kids, you may relate to that. I do relate to it. Okay, and he was very upset. It was like $200 worth of item not reaching in time, and the whole occasion will lose its relevance. My boss, without any SOP, my colleague and mentor and a senior leader, he didn't have any SOP as an agent to deal with that call. He took a call to give a free shipment right away of another Xbox. How many of you feel goosebumps when you hear this? His salary may not be $200 at that time. But he took a call. He said, no issues sir, we are sending you a fresh Xbox, I'll track it, it will be reaching your son in time. Can you do that kind of things in your company? Go beyond money sometimes, go for customer delight. How many of you think this insight helps you in your business, even if you are not facing returns? That creating systems, creating empowerment, some of those decisions may be wrong also. Don't penalize your team members. Learn from that experience and build it as a knowledge base. Use AI to create a comprehensive learning content. That means whatever goes wrong in your company, put it in your content so that a new person in half an hour can have a simulation for all the problems and intuitively learn those things. That decision making becomes more systematic in your team. One thing which I read yesterday from my one mentor was that if you're running a business but if you can't take holidays, that means you are only doing a job for your company. Build your system so strong that you have to go to work for only maybe 2-3 hours a day. I'm really meaning it. You should build networks, you should invest time with customers, you may invest time with investors, you may invest time with other people who bring value to you, who help you grow, who stretch you, who challenge you. Don't get stuck in operations. So if you are still spending 8-10 hours in your business, my dear friends, you need a coach, a mentor personally to help you in that journey. Invest for 6 months, see the difference. There's a person, I'm forgetting his name, in India, his big proposition as a coach is 2 hours a day week, 1 month in a year, total pent down holiday. Okay. It is possible. I'm giving you this because just now I was talking to one of the gentlemen in our table and he was sharing that his friend and a mentor, actually it was Sandeepan was sharing it, that his friend and a mentor helped a coffee brand to grow from 100 crores to 1200 crores. I think it's a coffee brand or some other brand. This is in India, it's happening now. Why? Because he is only mentoring companies which have done well and needs scaling. So I've digressed from my returns management and some of these things because I'm trying to bring value with my corporate experience and not someone who has lived your life, but who is now involved last 4 years learning startups, trying to add value at a macro level. And coming back to fourth step, where the talk become much stronger. Okay, that means you need to be visible. You need to have a personal brand as your D2C brand advocate. If Instagram is the channel, you have to be there. In India, unfortunately, they banned TikTok. That is the biggest live tele-shopping forum. There's another very interesting forum which I'm forgetting the name, but I do buy things. I'll send the name if some of you will want to know. There it is all on live shopping. In Amazon, if you know now, there is a very interesting phenomenon where they allow the sellers to create videos and promote their projects. Just like in TV old days, there used to be a sell ad, and there will be someone very enthusiastically trying to sell that whatever they want to sell, right? That I don't know what it is called. But that industry is flourishing now with YouTube-based videos, live stream on the platforms where complete e-commerce will fit in. That product, I have the name in my phone is right up, but I bought few things like that as a collectibles. I am a collector, so I bought something there, like the persons will go with full energy there, now passionately. They are not trying to misguide you to buy something by creating a FOMO. But they are really telling the value of that product or a digital service in a live session and people are buying it. Do that for yourself, okay? So make your personal brand resonate with your, so if someone is wanting coffee thing, then Akshay should be the person to go with. Your brand should be so strong as an individual. Don't be video shy. If you can't put your face in video, don't worry. Make videos with your voice with some thumbnails and some pictures. You know? So I'm challenging you today, if you really want to get something better from your business and yourself, identify 3 things which you can do in next 90 days. Take help. I personally not want to promote myself, but I help to work voluntarily with people because I grow in that and I'm looking to build something beyond my corporate life when I retire. So I'm in that way selfishly interested in connecting with startup ecosystem. There's a big reframe. Next step. Returns are not a logistics problem. Returns are a product data and a trust design problem. That means there's a lot of insight in the return to understand why did a customer buy something which they were not needing. That means there's something wrong in that whole experience. Think by design, how can you reduce and eliminate returns? It's a complex process. You need to understand design thinking, you need to understand customer journey mapping, you need to understand time and motion studies, but invest in those expertise which you need not have. You can hire a consultant or a freelancer and you can get your things sorted. Do things in a light manner. Don't get overwhelmed with the complexity of the problem in general. With the running of a business, you have regulatory things, you have financial cash flow to manage, you have so many things. But list out things very deeply in technology and processes related to returns management and create customer insights from them. Next one is a 4-layer return design model which I am telling you. If you want to take notes, it might be helpful. Layer 1 is prevention, which is most important, which we talked about. Wrong size in fashion, wrong expectation in a product which is like you bought something but you thought picture was something else and what you got something. Wrong choice, like I did a wrong pen selection. How can you prevent those things by bringing people, AI, etc. in your system? So prevention. Yeah, first one is prevention, which goes with the design actually, and you have to do iteratively. Maybe once in 6 months you can look at how you can improve the design of the whole experience of buying basically. Second is intelligent acceptance. Don't get emotionally hurt with the return. Financially build a model to deal with and build personal acceptance for the return. Be happy if something got returned. I would say philosophically to that extent. So that means low cost items, don't ask for pickup, just refund it. Perishable item, discard locally. High value item, do a verification before you refund the money. Okay. Third is reverse logistics optimization. You have to have a formal tie-up for a reverse logistics. If you are selling to marketplace, they will take care. If you are selling directly, then you need to have your reverse logistics partnership agreements very thoroughly done. You have to define the scope. Whether the person going to pick up will ask only for the packet or will see the details. Will he or she carry a QR code scanner which was there on your product to scan that? I mean, go specific, go micro. Okay. Don't keep it as a broad thing. Develop SOPs, work with AI tool to create your flow chart. Do an extensive training of your delivery partners, staffs regularly. Do the trainer so that whenever in their team delivery staff changes, there should be a 15-minute onboarding on your product's returns management. Put all this in the contract. Okay. If your product has to be inspected as per the previous thing, then define the inspection scope. What all will be inspected? Will it be only the packaging, or it will be needing to be opened? Will there be an inspection happening at the door, or it will be happening at a dark store or at a collection point? Making sense? But I don't see the Josh in the room. I don't see questions. I don't see. You're tired. You're waiting for a break.
No, we're not waiting for a break. I mean, we can slow down a little, I can make it, right? No.
Okay, so first was prevention, layer 1. Second was intelligent and I'll say graceful acceptance. It's like after wedding when the daughter comes back, you feel happy. Treat your returns like that. She's visiting, right? So have a good time with her. Third is reverse logistics optimization. Have a detailed contracting for reverse logistics particularly. Look at it as a core thing in your thing, right? Recovery and re-commerce. This is very interesting and important from point of view of financial management. So Radhakrishnan, what I said was recovery and re-commerce. I'm so happy you're taking notes. I love taking notes. My notes in colleges used to get Xeroxed. My handwriting is big, so Xerox I was happy. This is never discussed much about re-commerce. Can you refurbish and sell it? Can you resell on a secondary channel? Can you have a factory outlet equivalent of your products? Right? Can you do liquidation in some manner that you can get some money back even if it is of no good? Can you donate it to some organization which may still find it worthy? And can you recycle it? So thrifting is very popular in US. My daughter buys so many clothes and we feel it's not so comfortable because me and my wife think about energy and all. We tell her we don't know if this jacket was bought by someone who died and then they took this jacket and you're buying it. She says, so what? The jacket is good. So look at thrifting if your products are thriftable. And declare that as a value, right? I was talking a little bit ago about a scenario of suppose your products are consumed a lot in a belt and also there is a return happening in yours, let's say is a product which can be thrifted. Maybe to a community even virtually or physically and say we are going to do thrifting there. For even a niche community, right? You can just say that there are a few things which I'll do in this meeting and come and you can get a lot of customer insights in that meeting. Just talk to them, learn about their journey, what is their problem they solve when they buy your product or service. So make recovery and re-commerce as a part of your cycle. These are the 4 steps actually. Okay. I want to share something. In D2C, customer acquisition cost is visible. We often say CAC. Return cost is invisible but often larger than CAC. So create again a financial model to see what's your return cost management, tangible, intangible, both ways. I think I'm done already 20 minutes, but I'll rush through something. Okay, just 1 second. Last one. As a founder, 5 things every D2C founder must do on returns. You may again take notes because there's a curve which says what we hear we forget in 2 hours, what we write we may remember for some more time, what we practice will remember forever, and what we teach will become our nature. So first thing is again repetition, track return rate by season and reason. So if there is a seasonality, try to build your model to predict returns for future so that your volumes and all. Christmas items will be bought only during Christmas and return will happen only that time. They can be resold only in the next Christmas. Right? Calculate true cost of returns. Design SKU level return policy. Okay. Don't design only the company level policy. So one side is reverse logistics partner contracts with the scope. One is your overall return management and then SKU level. So in your SOP, when you're launching a new product, there has to be an element of return and replacement management or whatever. Invest in pre-purchase experience. Try to educate customers as much as possible what they are getting. can they experience it physically to do it? And D2C often is online, but can they somehow figure out what they're buying, right? Build a secondary channel, return inventory monetization, do that. Look at a partner or someone who can help you in doing that. That ends my, whatever I had to share, but I have a lot of content here. I might like to create a PDF out of it and then circulate it later. My email ID is sunil@sunilkgupta.com. Happy to connect. Thank you very much. Thank you for giving me this opportunity. As I said, this was my first one, so I might have gone all over the place, but I hope I was able to share something which is helpful. Thank you.